let's start. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Perfect. Let us start. So, good evening,
Yes.
everyone. This is our weekly session, okay, which I host for you guys every Wednesday night. So, I'm all Dallas over here in Freedom Formula, and this is the time we bang our heads together to become better traders. Before I start, nothing that we say over here or mention in the server is any type of financial advice. This is purely from the perspective of learning. Okay, so that being said, who wants to go first? Come on, shoot your
Can I
questions.
go? Can I go first, Moin?
Anyone can go first. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. I have a question on Nvidia.
Mm-hmm. Let me
Since
pull up the
it ran
chart.
up like so quick around like uh 340,
3:40 p.m. today.
yeah, it
That
went
is
up
the
so high, like
FOMC effect, bro. That is the pure FOMC effect that you saw.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, since it left a lot of liquidity behind, you think
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna pull back maybe tomorrow or maybe by Friday?
Like even if you look at the 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
you left a very nice fair value gap
Liquidity.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's look at this slightly bigger.
Order filled.
You left the fair value gap, but what happens after that? Okay, right around this area. So how do we treat this? We come back. Let us see from where, from here, what is happening. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'll go to a larger time frame. I'll extend
I
this.
was looking I was looking at 4 hour chart. It's still
Mm-hmm.
showing like downtrend,
Yeah,
hasn't broke.
I'll start from here. Now, if you look at where I left the fair value gap, let me see if this helps to look at it a little bit better.
Five below closes at
I want to
9.
go in five below. Okay, put on your clothes.
Huh?
You put on your stuff.
You'll see something pretty interesting.
I'm about to go to five below.
Bro, can you please mute your mic? Otherwise, I have to mute you. I think it's from C Dollar. If you look at this fair value gap over here, it looked tiny, right? But if you
Yeah,
look at this thing a bit, if we extend it, right? This is what I
yeah,
wanted to show you guys. Look,
yeah.
this
This is
fair
kind of
value gap,
supply zone, maybe.
this was a supply zone before. The moment you
Yeah,
broke through and you moved out, this thing has become a demand zone now. Okay, now how do I play this? Okay, plain and simple.
mm,
I will be using the top of this fair value gap. Initially, look for a reaction around there. I'm on price to come back and see if price bounces here. If price comes back and bounces there, it gives you further confirmation that your fair value gap, which was there, has just became your support now.
or
Make sense? But
yeah,
if I start breaking inside it, then what does it mean? That means like now the strategy of fair value
Order
gap
filled.
totally comes into action here because this whole place has a lot of unfinished business, a lot of liquidity left here. Makes sense?
yeah,
So it's a
yeah,
easy grab for the market makers. They know like okay, orders are being left here. Okay, so what do? You basically come down, you grab those orders. Plain and simple. Best way to play a fair value gap? if this box is filled, we start moving back up. That means what? There is nothing more for the market makers to have here. So what they will naturally do, if you start either making this a base, okay, after coming back down, you may slightly push down and then come back inside. Once you come back inside, then basically your first target is the top of the fair value gap and the previous swing high, whatever it may be at that time. Does it make sense, Kamran?
Yeah, makes sense.
But
That's
if
what I
you
was
break
thinking too.
below and cannot come back, then what happens? You tell me.
If you if you break below and then
And
cannot
then you
come back,
cannot come back,
and
and
most likely gonna
it's gonna
go
go
down.
and take out this swing low, the previous swing low, which would be right here. Make sense?
Yeah, yeah, makes
Because
sense.
then your market maker has basically taken all the liquidity up there and he has no intention of pushing it back.
Yeah.
Okay, questions from anyone? You need to just think where the money lies, where the liquidity lies, right? Over here,
Yeah.
you have a whole lot of low-hanging fruits, whatever you call it, right? Which is left here. So the market maker will naturally come back here, grab it, decide on the direction. How you figure out that direction? Look for a bounce. What happens at the lower lip of the fair or the lower level of the fair value gap? If you basically bounce over here and you start moving back up, that means what? There is no business left here. Naturally, it's gonna go beyond. But if you start basically breaking down, that means like the business of eating all the liquidity over here is done. Now the only direction you're gonna go is the downward.
Yeah.
Okay. Does this match with what you thought?
Yeah, because I was seeing the big move and I was expecting maybe, it has some liquidity left that it
Mm-hmm.
might reverse back tomorrow or maybe by Friday.
Mm-hmm. It may.
So yeah, that's what I
Okay.
was
We had a very
thinking.
nice recovery.
Yeah,
We had a very, very nice recovery. So why not? Okay. Like,
yeah,
but because this candle went up so violently towards the end, chances are like it
yeah,
may flung as well a bit. Okay. And if you look at it, SPY came down quite a bit actually after this initial grab and closed almost at the level. So tomorrow, with Nvidia coming down a bit to fill this place, don't be very surprised if that happens.
Order
yeah.
filled.
And when you look Nvidia on daily, it's almost touching the 200 EMA.
Mm-hmm.
That may be a second reaction, a
I didn't
second
see that.
confirmation.
Nice. Okay, let's. Yep, absolutely. For more upside, you definitely need nice closes above, not below.
Yeah, yeah. So that may be a second confirmation.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you for your opinion, Moin. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
It's always like you have your own opinion first.
Greenheart $923 thinking face said, have you ever been down enough on a trade to where you don't wanna sell? Fam, I need help figuring out an exit strategy with a 0.31 average on BLMZ. In red 49% and it hurts quite a bit.
Okay. This one, brother, is a habitual offender. It will go up and then you will see this guy basically every single time coming down. Okay. It's a serial offender on penny stock world. The easiest way to see this is basically you look at the jump ups. Every time it jumps, it just dumps. See? It's a habit. Okay. So the moment basically this thing went up, you never trade that, bro. Okay. These are stocks, you ride the momentum, then call quits.
Order filled.
Finished. Okay. If you stay in this, chances are very high,
Count
bro.
Triboy Moneybag said, what you think about Google and their malware issues which causes the stock to tank.
We will check that. Okay. We will check that, but just give me a second to finish BLMC, please. Okay. So over
Order
here,
filled.
the only thing, okay,
Order filled.
that happened is first draw the chart. On penny stocks, the only level I draw charts is the daily. I don't draw charts on anything else on penny stocks. So let's start with that. Let us see, brother, what happened to you. Can I ask you, like, what percentage of your portfolio you have put into this?
You
Be
don't want
honest
to
with
know
me.
that.
Okay, percentage wise. Don't worry. Just tell me percentage wise what percentage of your portfolio you put here.
70.
70%. Why are you like averaging down, averaging down, and averaging down?
Yep.
Okay. When did you first get in on this thing? Yesterday after hours?
0.34.
Okay. What was the initial level? From where did you start buying in?
My bad. Point three six and 0.35.
0.36 and 0.35. That means
Damn
or
near the
today in
top.
the morning. Today.
I'm ashamed.
Is it today at the first thing in the morning or like here? When was it?
Yeah, I believe it was over in pre-market.
Opening of pre-market or here maybe around this area, right?
Yep,
Okay.
yep, yep.
Okay. In retrospect, again, things are very easy to say. Okay. In retrospect, everybody is a great trader. Once you have your levels on this thing, what you're looking at every time this thing breaks, okay, always remember like round numbers, okay? Wait for those round numbers to be taken out. We tried to break, we failed. Tried to break once more, we failed. Tried again around 6:30 today. You failed 3 times, right? Just before the market opened, an hour before, you say a very strong move with a volume. Okay, this confirms your trade. Now, over here, after we go up on such a strong push, there can be two trades. One, bro, if it breaks the 40-cent mark, which is a psychological number, you can get in. Okay, which didn't happen in this case. But like I said, in retrospect, everybody is a great trader. Okay, so that 40-cent mark never broke through. Second, if you look at, I had a high right here near the 40-cent mark, which this guy totally failed to break. Do you see? Okay, so given that situation, I really don't have a trade in here for me because like till this level is taken out, this high is taken out, or this level is taken out, there is either no trade here or I need to be very
Order
careful
filled.
and basically get this thing all in all. Get this thing on a pullback when the pullback sustains. This is there. Now, with penny stocks, especially sub pennies, if you're ever trading, be very careful of anything that moves up very drastically just before the market open. 8 times out of 10, it will just flush at market open because the profit taking is there. Do remember a lot
Order
of
filled.
people got caught in BLMC for a very long time. Okay, the moment the market opened after this, they will take all their profits and get the hell out of here. So 8 times out of 10, if you see something moving up between 8:30 to 9:30, chances are pretty high, bro, that thing is gonna flush right at open. Okay. Now after this, can I ask you one thing? And please don't take it personally. Why you didn't sell when we broke through?
Not paying attention.
Okay. So this was like the death, okay? Because this level, when you broke through, not only your 200 EM at the yellow line here, but look, this level was acting as your support. Once you broke through, this was a complete flush down the drain. Okay, so that's there. Take it for the next time, brother. Okay, what has happened has happened. Now, let's look at your recovery strategy. The good thing about it is every now and then this thing pops up. It's a routine offender, honestly. When the next one is coming, nobody knows. Okay, you can do two things. One, if it breaks this level, bite the bullet, get out. Okay, you'd be taking probably a 60% loss by that time. That can be one. If you start seeing closes below this level, or just hold on, you might see after one bounce, okay, after one drastic move up, usually there is a dead cat bounce within a few days. Okay, you might wait for that, try to see as much as you can recover. This is your first level which you need to break through. This is your second level, bro. Okay, so you might want to take out around here or probably around here, cut your losses, minimize your losses, cut the trade, move on to something else. I'll just paste the chat for you so that you have the levels.
One thing, I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
Place a order
Um,
right now.
sure. I mean, yeah, you can do that, but 4 o'clock in the morning, I would absolutely get up because things tend to dump as well hard. And like for example, if it is at I don't know 0.12 right or 0.19 right now or wherever it is right now,
1.6.
it has a tendency that you could get another 20-30% dump within the first um hour or so or whatever of market pre-market opening at 4 a.m. So I would just be careful about that too.
Because this one is on a total downtrend. It hasn't found a base yet. Okay. It really hasn't found that base yet. Your 1460 breaks or 1450 breaks. This will be like on a heavy downtrend here. So just be careful about that.
Yeah, I'm assuming they have a reverse split coming soon as well, or they'll get be taken off.
Delisted.
Either way, if you hold on to it for too long, and
Yep.
if they announce a reverse split, that's going to go down as well. Um, heavily, like it heavily pushes stuff down. Um, so just be very careful about how long you hold this and the filings that come in with it. It's especially because you have a huge amount of your portfolio into it.
Yeah. Okay. And bro, never add to a loser. I learned this very hard way. Okay, if you add to a loser, it just keeps on going down and down, and the mental agony of it is so bad that is even worse than losing money, if it makes sense.
The only way I would add is if you retain this position and somehow it stays where it is, right? When the next pump happens, the minute like you have to be really attentive for this, to be really honest. Like this is not a thing that you can just, leave it to chance. You set a couple of alerts on your chart that it alerts you on your phone or your computer, wherever, and you add when it starts to pump up. You cannot add before that. Like, don't think it's going down. I'm going to add at a certain level. Don't do that, please, ever, especially with sub pennies. Um, because I'll be really honest. Like, if you can pull up NCNA chart, they
Sure,
pumped
sure.
the minute they
Give me a
pumped and they
second.
started coming down. They announced. I don't know if they announced an offering or a reverse plate, one of those things. I was just looking at the chart and it dumped 80% the next day. It was horrifying to watch it.
Yeah, this thing just died.
Yeah, look at the pump before it, like the day before. How hard it
5:30.
pumped before.
Give me a
and
second.
then it just dumped like anything. Look at the 2 days that it pumped, and then
Hmm.
look how hard it went down first, like after the pump going down, and
Order
then the
filled.
reverse split or whatever they ordered, whatever
Order
their
filled.
filing was. I didn't get a chance to look at it. It just went down, like down the drain. It went from $2
Oh
or one
my
dollar
God,
twenty cents
$1.30
down
to
to
10 cents.
yeah. So in
That
two
was
days, it
what?
went
A
down
reverse
90,
split.
90 something percent
Yeah,
in 2 days.
it literally lost everything. With penny stocks, the other thing is like they literally go back to wherever they come from. Literally, it's a question of time. Like, pull whatever you want. Like this one, it jumped up like crazy, right? This is another repeat offender. Regularly jumps up, okay, and then look where it is now. Back to where it is. It started from. Every single penny stock you see, pull the chart, most of them, except very, very rare exceptions, they literally have a habit of coming back to where they started from. Okay, so always be very careful. Like if you're trading these things, just be very careful. And that window, okay, if you see something start pumping up just that 1 hour window before the market open, be super cautious. Okay, because those go down very heavy right after the market open. Okay, what has happened has happened. Just see like how much you can salvage from here and try to recover. Like if it was 10% of your portfolio, I would have honestly told you just hold on. Let's see what happens. But like you're so in heavy, so you need to be extra cautious here, brother. Makes sense? Okay, so that's done. Okay, next let's look at the question on Google. Can you just tell us about the news because I wasn't trading today. I didn't look at anything today. Like what happened with Google? That's
Order
a
filled.
huge dump. That's like a $10 dump. Okay. So what did they do? Let us see.
Ronnie, Rummage said word is Apple said they are getting rid of the Google search bar. LOL.
I'm just looking up the news to see the impact. Give me just a second. Okay. Things are not looking good for these guys here. Now, you tell us first your trade idea on it, country boy. Then I will start
Order
with mine,
filled.
bro. How I look at it. Let's do it jointly. Get on the mic, bro. I think he's no longer. Okay. I think for some reason he had to drop probably. All right. If I look at Google, I would be very alarmed because we touched 150, a very strong psychological mark, and we bounced right off it. If you see, okay, we tried to test this resistance for quite a few days. We didn't break it. The news came. We just dumped on it. Almost hit that psychological mark of 150. Hit the low of like what today? We hit the low of 149.49 and managed to recover a bit. Now, going on to a lower time frame, let's look what's happening here. This guy needs to move a little bit up. What you can see is like it really never managed to recover, barely managed to recover, just roughly above that 150 mark something. Okay, and then kept on just trying to hold that level after. Now, if you are getting too optimistic, buying puts right tomorrow, that would be dangerous in my opinion because You never know. The way markets are these days, especially these days with the volatility, it might recover right back tomorrow. Okay, just right back tomorrow. What I would really want to say is, say this level right here, I would want Google to come and try near this level. Okay, see if this level becomes a support now. At least test it once. If it becomes a support, well and good. Then we have the chance of like this recovering. If this does not become a support, then we would be taking out not only the 150s, we would be going down more. Or just wait for the
Oh,
next level.
set a new support that is higher.
Olivia, sorry, what was your question? Sorry, what was your comment? I didn't understand it. Tell me.
Oh, set a new support that is higher.
What do you mean by that? I'm not getting it. Sorry.
Okay, you say that it need to
Yeah, let's go back to the
you
five.
waiting to see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say that it needs new support, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the right there where you're pointing at, it
Mm-hmm.
hasn't been there before.
It has been there before, right here. If you go to the daily chart, this is from where we
Yeah.
bounced. Okay, right here. Okay, this is your
Okay.
152. So what I would want to see is now that it has reclaimed it, I would really love to see a retest of this because these volumes don't mean anything. Okay, these volumes can be pretty flaky. So what I would love to see is a move above. If I start seeing a move above this level, okay, it's coming back to that support and testing it, I would love to see it, okay, holding this level. If it holds, then you have a nice move up to here. If it doesn't hold, this is your level. Okay, your 150 is gonna go first, and then probably you're gonna flush down here. Okay, did I answer your question, Olivia, or no?
Oh, said yes.
Thank you. Okay, so that's how I would look at Google. Just because it's like this, to take a trade right now, that might be suicide. It can just recover in a day, and then I'll be seriously down, right? The last thing that you want to
Order
do
filled.
when that happens. Okay, so that's there.
Were you guys talking about taking calls on Google or something?
We are looking at both sides of the trade.
Hmm.
Okay, like
Okay.
what to do for calls and what to do for puts. This is the crucial pivot we are looking at, Eric. What happens
Gotcha.
tomorrow here? Okay, if this guy breaks, this is target. If this guy
One.
holds, this is my target. Makes sense?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
okay. Because a flush is really big.
Yes, it was.
And with the market recovering so nicely, it still didn't recover. That definitely is alarming.
Order filled.
Do you think it didn't recover because of the whole malware issue?
Yep, most likely. Okay, people lost confidence, but with companies of this size, it is pretty difficult to consider like just one news like that will keep them really down. And
I
I love
agree.
Google personally. Okay, I seriously love Google personally because they are so diversified. Okay, it really is not a one single thing. I mean, it's not a one trick pony.
True, true.
Okay, so that's there. Who else? Tell me, what other questions you have?
J Band Dollar said HIMS.
You still in it? Or you took profits?
Hell no, I'm still in it.
You didn't scale at all?
No, sir.
Why are you so greedy?
I need that 1000% from the bomb, man. Come on.
Come on, bro. Scale, scale, scale. I mean, I would take 20% with open hands any given day.
I need that 1000%, man. Come on, Moin.
It has the chance. Honestly, looking at the chart, it's extremely bullish.
Damn,
You go
good
on,
trade,
Fuad.
bro.
Tell me, why is it extremely bullish? Just look at today's candle, Juan. Nothing else, and tell me.
It looks green and it has like a lot of volume in it.
Volume faded compared to yesterday. Volume faded.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Why? What else do you see?
I see that it's in a strong uptrend.
Yeah. What do you see in the candle? Focus just on the candle, bro. Nothing else. I'm making it bigger for you.
The body is all green.
There is no upper wick.
Wait,
Literally,
Okay.
there is no upper wick. What does it mean? The sellers were totally failed to do anything to this. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. When my box turned yellow, do you see what I'm pointing out now?
Yeah, I
That
do.
little gap area?
Yep. Okay. Do you see exactly where it's happening? It's near a round number. Again, a psychological level, $60. Okay, yep, true. First, you have to cross that $55 mark, right? But this is very much probable on the potential that it has right now. Yeah, your RSI is extremely high. Okay, but then again, like my brother Osman says always, who cares? RSI can keep on getting higher. Doesn't mean like it cannot get high. Price cannot go higher. Of course, it can go higher. Okay, so unless the market tanks, if we continue, this is very probable. But please take profits on the way.
So if you're not in it now, what would you do?
That would be risky.
Hmm.
Okay, that would be pretty risky because you are getting in at a place where it already started to become overextended. Makes sense, Eric? You're being too late to
Yes.
the party. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you took it when Renee said that it was a trade that he took it like I think 2 days before us. Okay, we took it I think today. Okay, so those were great. Now for me, earnings are super risky always. I feel very nervous. I don't know simply how to play it. Let me just put it that way. Okay, so that's there. But he took the risk. He did great. Okay, and look at this. Even when our trade today, that actually moved up. But looking at it, this is the potential where you are looking at literally. Okay, yeah. Will you keep on holding it till it goes here? Absolutely not. That's a super dumb thing to do. Okay, if you have contracts in, start scaling, bro. Take some money out of it. Makes sense.
Yes, sir. Will do. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Keep on adding those, compounding those gains. Okay, and keep on keep the what you call the runners. Let the runner do its thing. Okay, that's why it's called a runner.
Order filled.
But your main objective is to take it out when
Order
you can.
filled.
Mm.
Okay, but this looks very realistic right now, and especially after today's scandal.
But even if it closes above 56, 56, 57, you still wouldn't take it, knowing that it can go to that 60?
You can, but you definitely position size lower in that case, right?
Gotcha.
Okay, you wouldn't risk as much as you would have risked like when started its journey from the 40-ish. Okay, because in case if it tanks, you basically will not be losing much. Okay.
Mhm.
Look, we are traders, right, Eric? If my capital is gone, I don't have anything to trade with. So I gotta be careful about that. Okay. My first instinct on any single trade that I take is to protect my capital. Okay, different people have different mindset. I don't calculate personally how much profit I'll be making. I calculate first how much loss I'm willing to take on that trade. Okay, can I sustain to take that loss? Plain and simple. If it makes sense, I will go in. Okay, I will not risk 40 cents to make 5 cents or to make 10 cents. Okay, if I see, okay, if it's a nice trade where the chart tells me like, okay, you can lose 22 cents, but you have the potential to make 30 cents, I will go in. Even if it is like 1:1, I will go in, not more. Because on a 1:1, on the next trade, I can recover. But if I do like to make 5 cents, I lose 40 cents, it's going to take me 8 trades to recover simply, given my risk appetite. Make sense, brother?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay.
Now, options, Tesla options, for example, they tend to be a little expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to spend, I don't know, 700, 800, $1,000
Correct.
for a Tesla contract.
Mm-hmm.
You might only make 100, 200 on it, but
Mm-hmm.
you're risking 1,000.
Correct. But will you let it go down the drain?
No.
No. There comes the risk management. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking to make 100, max you would be willing to lose should not be more than 100. Okay. If your chart
Gotcha.
tells you like the next place till it can show any signs of recovery is somewhere by that time, you will lose 300 bucks. Better not to get into that trade. Let's wait for something else that's gonna come tomorrow. If not the day after.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and you don't want to definitely be in a position where if you're like 30-40% down on a position, it becomes even more hard to cut then because your mind is then, if I cut now, how much of a loss am I gonna take? Okay, and
Oh, yes, I know that situation. I know
by the
that
time we are
situation too
debating,
well.
it goes down another 10%, right?
Yes, it does.
Just hit the button, man. Get out.
It is so hard. It is extremely hard to do.
Very true. It's very easy to say.
Order
It's a
filled.
lot easier to cut it early, but like you said, it starts getting to that 25, 30,
Order filled.
35%. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't cut it now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you're just watching it lose more and more. And
There
you're
is
just
one
looking
more
as
thing.
I.
Can I make it even worse?
Mhm.
You add more.
Yeah, I've done that too.
And it keeps on tanking. And you keep on thinking, what
Yeah.
the hell
I
has the
don't
In the
market
zone,
know.
got against
will
me?
not DM, said add to winners and cut the
Yeah, I've done
losers.
that too.
Me too. Okay, we're on the same boat, bro. Okay, I want to be like Osman here. See, he adds to winners and cut the losers. I mean, at least theoretically.
And it's funny, you go through that several times and then you say, okay, I got to stop doing that. And then you might go 2 trades where you actually do that. You know, as soon as you see it start going, okay, cut it, cut it. And then you make 2 good trades. And then you get into another trade and it starts to go down and you hesitate. You don't cut it right away. And then, like you said, it just snowballs. It goes lower. And then you start
Okay.
adding and it goes lower and you start adding. It's like, oh my gosh. And then you're caught.
And then
Man,
you're dead.
Yep.
man.
I've been in that situation many of times.
I think all of us have been. Okay, being honest to ourselves is the most difficult part. Okay, so
It's
that's there.
another thing if you're honest to yourself and you still don't listen.
I know. Bro, I have some things written on my wall, literally. Okay, written on the wall. Okay, if I just put my eyes up, I can see it. Sometimes I still keep on doing that. Okay, the discipline part is the hardest part.
It was real, but
Yep.
Okay, so that's there. But hopefully that's another thing I keep on insisting always, that please journal and go back to your journal every 2 3 days. I keep on, if you guys listen to me, I keep on saying the same things. Okay, that go back to your journal every 2 3 days, or at least once a week. When you read through, you will see like you are making the same mistakes again, again, and again. And the traits that work out, you will see you are doing the same thing. Your brain automatically conditions yourself that don't do this. You got burned doing it 5 times. And when you put that in writing, you know very well that you committed to it. Okay. If you haven't, try journaling. Seriously, if you still haven't, try journaling. It's never too late. And you don't need any fancy software or anything to journal. Just use Excel. If you don't have a format, tell me, I'll share my format. And Excel is more than enough.
appreciate it.
Share your format. Share your format.
Order
I'll
filled.
send it right away to you guys. Give me a second. Just give me 1 second. Give me my profits.
Smooth, will not DM, said tenor.com.
Order filled.
Did Smooth kill the market again today, right?
Green Heart $923 thinking face said LOLOL.
Okay, I shared the journal format with you guys. Okay, feel free just to use it. If you have any questions, hit me up. Just do it and you will see the difference. Okay, trust me, all of us keep making the same mistake repeatedly.
In the zone, will not DM, reply to Smooth, will not DM, tenor.com.
All right, so that's there. One last question before I run away, guys. Anyone, if anyone has that. No? Let's run away.
Right.
All right. So tomorrow,
J Band Dollar said thank you Moin.
you're welcome, bro. Okay. Tomorrow, let's go live. Okay. I think Smooth has a schedule. If me and Usman we can, we'll try to go live in the morning as well. Okay. So let's see what
We're
happens. Because
talking what, like 10 a.m. or something?
yeah, around 10. Okay. Usman, you okay with that?
All right.
I'll try mine. My older one has fever today, so she's gonna be
So
home
you
tomorrow.
basically got something contagious passing from one to another.
Probably.
Okay.
So I had to pick her up from school today, so I couldn't create in the
Alright,
today either. But if she's okay, she usually sits down with me and
let's see.
we color together while we're trading. So
Family is always
we'll
more
color some
important.
things.
Yep. But
Yeah,
expect it to
it'll
come
be
to
fine.
you as well. That's what I see with my kids. They bring something back from the
Yeah,
school and it goes through everybody in the house before you finally get
yeah,
satisfied.
yeah. That's usually how it goes. It comes to me and then it goes to my wife, and she's the last recipient of it. But hopefully she gets it over the weekend. So
Let's hope for it.
yeah, we can do it that way.
Yep. All right. See, in this way, Smooth is so lucky, man. No kids to worry about, nothing to bother about. Okay. Just playing himself. And whenever he wants, he just brings the market up or down and doesn't tell us anything.
There you go. Man, what a couple of ups and downs we had today. Woof.
This is FOMC, guys. Okay. So it's very normal. Like, I think we mentioned like in the futures yesterday, like even if you didn't trade today, that would not be at all a bad decision to take. Okay. So anyway, so have a good night, everyone. I'll talk to you all hopefully tomorrow. Bye.
All right. Take care. Good night.